Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Maker's Quest sprints. I do have my cross stitch project. I have not pulled it out yet. And if you hear any background noise, it will be my little ones probably because they have off from school today. But they are about to go outside and play, so we should be good. This is my progress so far. I don't know if you guys can see with the lighting that we're starting to get part of that jar. We're starting to get part of that jar shape there. So in the grand scheme of the picture, we are right along here. So we're going to see how much we can get done today. We'll see how much. I would like to get this. I don't even know what to call it. They call it, let me see, a light aqua green, I think. So this, whatever this color is right here, I'm hoping that I can start to go around and then back up on the other side of the jar. If I can do that, then that's my goal, is to finish this color here. So we have a few more stitches left on this string, and then I'll have to switch to a new one. But I think I can get some of that blue done, and then I can move on to maybe either the darker blue, because there's a darker blue here, and at some point I'm gonna have to go up on this side and do like the yellow flowers. So far I've just done this one. So that is where we're at today. I have our timer pulled up. I'll pull out the rest of my picture and threads and things. Let's see who all is here, and then we'll get into our first sprint. I will probably only do the 2 sprints, stick to the 12 to 2 as close as I can, because like I said, I do have my little ones home from school, and I'm going to have to pay attention to them because they are quite energetic today. That's why they're outside. Let's see who all is here, and then we'll get started. Mel is here. Hi, Mel. I just saw you. You popped over into the Morning Time Pirates. So glad to see you. And now we're here. And Mel says, "Ooh, that's pretty, right?" I can't wait because I would like to hang it up. I don't know where though. Maybe I'll hang it up in my bathroom because I do have like a spring summery type thing going on. So maybe I can add that. That'll be part of the spring decor, and then later I'll add in the summery stuff. So are mine. Must be something in the air. It's that, like, for us, they have off for Good Friday, so they have a 3-day weekend. And I also know that they are counting down the days until summer, like school ends and summer begins. I wish they would stop reminding me because I'm not ready for them to have summer break yet. I'm really not. So Pearl is here. Hello. Mel says hey to Pearl. And Pearl says hey there, or hi there, Alicia and Mel. Hello, hello. Ren is here. Hello, hello. I will try to put in some links for like the Maker's Quest Discord and all of that. Ooh, I don't know why my phone is going off all of a sudden. Discord. Discord is why it's going off. Everybody is like, hey, hey. Mel says, Ren. Ren says, having dinner now, a lamb stew, and we'll finish off a love story from the end of the world. Ooh. Is this one you just recently started? I don't remember you saying you started this one. I must have missed it. Hopefully you're enjoying it though. And I have never had lamb stew. Hopefully it is delicious for you. We will be having lunch at some point during these sprints, probably towards the end, because I'll have to feed my little ones. Ren says, Mel! Pearl says hi there to Ren. And Mel says, ooh, that sounds delicious. It does. Ren says, hey, Pearl. Lindsay is here. Hi, guys. I'm here too. Work is finished and I'm chilling, reading my book while dinner cooks. Not a bad way to spend the time. And Christina is here. Hi again, Alicia. Hello, hello. And she is melting chocolate. That's right, because she was saying over in Morning Time Pirates that she is making frosting. Now I want frosting, but I don't know how to make it. I could go buy some though. Maybe I'll get some like chocolate chip cookies, put a little bit of icing in the middle, and sandwich it. Do you think that would be good? Be something I could do for the kids for Easter, because we have Easter weekend. Oh, Christina came through with all of the links. Thank you, thank you. Here is the Maker's Quest Craftathon, year-long creative adventure for crafters everywhere announcement. Go check that out. And also the host and co-host video playlist. I am not the only one that is doing this. This was created by Dee Dee and Tula. Tula and Dee Dee. Forget. I don't know if they like both said we're gonna host it or if it's Tula's and Dee Dee is one of the co-hosts. But they are. I'm assuming they're in charge. Let me see. I'll have to look it up, but I should have a list of all of the co-hosts in the description. If not, it will be there. I'll add it in. I'll go check in the first sprint. And also here is the Maker's Quest Crafting and Productivity Sprint playlist. So you can check out everybody's sprints. I'll be able to show you or tell you who is after me because I don't remember off the top of my head. And here is the makers. Before we continue the quest, hydrate your vessel, thread the like button, stitch yourself into the subscribe circle, and fortify your creativity with a nutritious snack. I have my coffee that I'm trying to finish up. I do have a couple of snacks. The main one I keep grabbing for is my Old Bay seasoned goldfish. I'm going to have to go buy more because they're delicious and they're almost gone. I hate that they're limited edition, but I like them. They're good. Ren says, it's the book I was reading in writing sprints. The science fiction fantasy short story collection. Oh, that's right. But I don't remember when you said you started it. Did you start it in writing sprints today, or was it a different day? Either way, I hope you're enjoying it. Christina says, April equals time to blossom, makers. Pedal that like, subscribe, hydrate, and flourish, and share your blossoms in the Discord. Oh, I see what you did there. I was like, hold on. I was trying to read the emojis, and that's why I got stuck. But there's the Discord. Check it out. We share pictures of our in progress and in finished, and there you can find all the Maker's Quest information. Mel says, hey, Lindsay. And Christina Bay. Christina says hi to Mel. Christina says, there will be plenty, Alicia. Woohoo! Alicia, is your Discord open to members only? I saw your post about voting on the next 100 pages book club, but when I clicked the Discord link, it didn't work for me. It might be an expired link. I can post it in the chat here. But I can tell you that the poll for the book club is closed. So if you didn't vote already, it is done. The Six of Crows was the one that won, but there will be more polls in the future. But I will, let's see. I will put the link in for my Discord. Just in case. Just in case. Ooh, my comments jumped. Where did I leave off? Oh, here we go. Wow, they jumped a lot. Christina says, we are going to see how it freezes, LOL, after frosting the cake, of course. Ooh. Can you do like a little test? Like take like a piece of wax paper, put it on there, and then stick it in the freezer and see? I imagine a larger quantity would be a different result, but you could test it. Christina says, created by Tula. Thank you. I couldn't remember if it was like a team effort or if Tula created it and then Dee Dee was the co-host, or so it was like, well, they could be like together doing it. I don't remember. Created by Tula and Dee Dee is a co-host. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. I will remember that now. Pearl says hi there to Christina. Ashley is here. Hello, everybody. Ren says, everyone is in the description box below. Thank you. I was going to check and make sure because when I set it up, I don't remember if I had added everybody in, but if I did, awesome. Perfect. Thank you. There is the link to my Discord. So if you haven't joined, use that link. We do have the 100 Pages Book Club polls. Like I said, the one that is currently going closed this morning. So starting in May, we will be reading Six of Crows, but there will be more polls coming. Once we start Six of Crows, then we will put up the next poll. So Christina says hi to Pearl, and Ren says hi to Ashley, and hey to Lindsay. Mel says, Ashley, babe, how are you, my love? Ashley, hi to Ren. Ren says, ooh, I started yesterday. Oh, well, then you're like you said, you'll probably finish it today. If it looks like I keep looking up, it's because my children keep going back and forth. So I'm like, what are they doing? My son is out there playing with his airport mat. Kelly says, scarf down a sandwich, pastrami, not PB&J, back to video editing. I mean, but you got something to eat, so that's good. Ashley, Mel, babe, I am trying to get through the workday. Haha, how are you doing? Ren started it when I started weaving shawl. I don't remember that one. I'm sorry. Was that a book? Or were you weaving a shawl? Explain. Christina says, Lexi is next at 3 p.m. Well, there you go. So you'll be able to finish with me at 2, get situated, and then Lexi starts at 3. And there is her link. So I wish I could figure out how to possibly like just transport you from one to the other, but I don't know if I can do that yet. Ren says, hey, Christina. And Tula is here. Hi, Alicia and chat. Hello, hello. Mel says, thank you, Christina. The link worked. Yay. Ren says, hey to Faithful. Pearl says, hi there to Ashley. Tula says, currently snuggling with my nephew, so we'll be around for chat in a little while. Nice, nice. All the snuggles. Ashley, hi to Pearl. Tula says, happy sprinting. Pearl says, hi there, Kelly, and to Tula. Also, the Maker's Quest is in dark blue on the Bible. Dark blue. I will go take a look. That's the spreadsheet? Or no. You're talking about on the like sprinting spreadsheet. I got you. There is the Discord link. This is for my Discord if you need it. Christina posted the Crafters Emporium Discord earlier. And here is the link for the sprinting spreadsheet, aka BookTube Bible. Has all of the sprints you could ever want and readathon information. Christina says hi to Tula. Vanessa is here waving. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Ren says 6 of Crows is next on the 100 Pages Book Club docket. Yes. And it'll take us about 6 weeks to get through it. Because remember, we're doing 100 pages a week. So it's at least my copy is 462 pages. So we'll have about 5 weeks of sprints so we can read it. And then we'll do the discussion on this 6th week. And we will know what the next book is long before we do the discussion. Ren says hey to Vanessa. Christina says, give him a kiss for me right on top his head. I believe that was for Tula's nephew. Tula says hey to Pearl and Christina. Mel says, okay. I'm just happy to finally be in the Discord. Yay! 6 of Crows is perfect because I have never read it, but I've been meaning to for 84 years. Same. It's been on my shelf for quite a while. And so I'm glad that we'll be able to do it, which then means also that we can put the sequel, was it Crooked Kingdom? Because it's a duology. So we'll be able to put both books on the list to read at some point. Ren says, hey, Kelly, you almost slipped right past me. She's sneaky. She came in. She was like, I'm here. Vanessa can't stay because I've got the Writers Troop Zoom co-working in a bit, but wanted to love on the like button. Thank you, thank you. Have fun at the Writers Troop Zoom call. Vanessa, hey to Ren. Mel says, hey, Vanessa, hope your Zoom goes well. Vanessa says, thanks, Mel. And Molly Dot is here. Hi, everyone. Mel, hey, Kelly Kel, pastrami sandwich, yum. I'm thinking of what I want to do for lunch because technically we're probably going to do pizza for dinner. So I don't want to do, because I was thinking English muffin pizzas. But if we're going to have pizza for dinner, I don't know if I want to do like all day pizza. So I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch. But I really want to do some English muffin pizzas. So I got to do it. Maybe I'll have some tomorrow for lunch. Even though we'll probably have leftover pizza. I'm going to be pizzaed out by the time we're done. But I really want English muffin pizzas. Mel says hey to Molly Dot. And hello to Faithful. Pearl is saying hi to Molly Dot, and so is Ren. And Tula says, Christina, head kissed. Ah, nothing like snuggles and kisses. Tula says, hey to Mel. Um, Mel says, I'm doing okay, Ashley. Been a busy week, but excited for sprints tomorrow. Ooh. What time are your sprints, Mel? I need to pop in and say hey. I'm going to be doing all of the YouTube things this weekend, besides getting ready for Easter. It'll be doing Easter things and like all of the YouTube things, filming videos, uploading videos, scheduling videos, popping in to say hi on people's lives, all of the things. Christina says, yay! Ren, yeah, Weaving Shaw is a book. It's a new release. Ah, I have not heard of that one yet. I'll look it up. Ashley, yeah, looking forward to your sprints, Mel. Ooh, see, we love supporting our little community here. Ren says the author is Hiba Al-Wasiti. Wasiti. I'm going with it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Mel says, thanks, Ashley. Christina says, well, if you're watching on the laptop and on the playlist, you will transfer. Just leave the tab open. Oh, really? I did not know that. Does it do it for desktop computers too? Because I'll most likely put it on my desktop, but I'll probably pull it up either way. Or maybe I'll just leave it on here because I have my Spirit City going. And I use that for my spinner wheel stuff. Christina says, most welcome, Mel. Vanessa says, there's a 12-week wait for Six of Crows, so I'm hoping they'll get it to me faster. Oh, well, I wish we would have known sooner what the title would have been, because then you could have put it on hold faster. Oy. Well, hopefully people get through it. Christina says, I posted the crafters one and yours, Alicia. Haha, I know you're not used to having me back yet. I know. Because I never know, like, if you're here or if you're on your doing your thing. And I never know if you're like sprint hopping but it's nice to have you back. I just have to get into the groove of things again. I'll get there. Don't worry. Vanessa says, okay, gotta run. Y'all have fun. You as well. Jean, going to go back to knitting my mindless baby blanket. Mindless baby blanket. Oh, because you don't have to really think about it? I hope that's what you mean. Baby blankets are so cute. I'll have to see if I can find the ones that I used to go, because when I worked at the library, we actually had what was called a sit and stitch group. And there would be a whole bunch of ladies that would come in, some older, some younger. It was all ages. And they would come in and they would just be working on their little blankets. One of them would make like little baby hats, and then they would donate them to the hospitals for when the babies were born. So they've actually given my kids several handmade blankets, and one of them is my favorite because it's absolutely gorgeous. She used beautiful colors, but I mean they're all done really well. If I can remember what I did with them, because I put them in a container so that the kids, when they outgrew them, they wouldn't get them messed up. If I find one, I will show it to you. I did not make them. The ladies at the group made them, and they're so adorable. Christina says, hey to Ren, Ashley, Vanessa, and Molly Dots. And also, hi, Kelly. Vanessa, Christina, hi and bye. She's like, quick, hi, bye. Christina says, the two parts of frosting are now combined. So now it has to go into the fridge to firm up a bit. Ooh, that was quick. You made that while we were doing the chat? Oof. You're just whipping it up. Now I want to see. Christina says hi to Jean. Mel says they're at 6 p.m. Eastern. Oh, the sprints. Thank you. I was like 6 p.m. What is 6 p.m.? Oh, see, I get there. Christina says we are having tacos for son's birthday dinner. Just wish Charles did not have to go to work in like 30 minutes. Oh, bummer. But yay for tacos. I guess you guys will have to save him some. That sucks. We have a thing that we do here for my family. Whoever's birthday it is, they get to choose dinner on their birthday. So my daughter, I think, has been hinting that she wants McDonald's because her birthday is next week. What is this thing doing? Okay, there we go. Molly says, I got lost on my way here. What happened? How did you get lost? But I'm glad that you found us. Christina says, Mel is spring for read your library tomorrow. I gotcha. I'll have to double check because I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to Mel. I'll look. Also, if you hear snoring, I don't know if you can. I apologize. But it is Ralphie. He's over there in the chair, and when he sleeps, he sometimes snores. So if you hear snoring, that's what it is. Ren says, hey, Molly, don't worry about it. I pick you up next time. Yes. Christina says, yes, desktops too. Cool. I will make sure I have it up on the desktop. Molly says, you the bestest, Ren. Mel says, happy you found your way back, Molly. Yay. We don't like when our friends get lost. Christina says, it will do it on the TV, but if it is more than like 3 minutes between, my TV goes to screensaver and we have to redo it. Ooh, that's fair enough. I wish I could turn the screensavers off because my TV does that too. If you leave it alone for a few minutes, then it like goes into screensaver mode. And I'm like, dude, I didn't say I wanted you to do that. Swank is here. Howdy, everybody. Happy Play Outside Day. Happy Don't Go to Work Unless It's Fun Day. And Happy World Party Day. Ooh, look at this. This is fun. Well, my kids are outside playing, so we've got that part covered. Happy Don't Go to Work Unless It's Fun Day. I mean, I don't go to work, so. And then Happy World Party Day. Nope, I don't have any parties planned for today, but I do have one coming up, just not today. Your way. Jeez, typos. It's fine. Swank says, hi, Mama. Christina says hi to Swank. Mel is saying hey to Swank, and so is Ren and Pearl. All the hellos. We love it. Molly says, opinions needed if you know about an author but have never read any of their books. Are they a new to you author? If you know about an author but have never read any of their books, I would say so. Because even if you know about them, you've never read any of their works. So I personally would say it's a new to me author because now you're reading their work. Or if it's you've never heard of them and you've never read anything, that is a completely new to me author. So it just depends on how you interpret that. Because I know of a couple of authors, but I have not read any of their books. So I would say they're new to me because I don't know their writing style. Swank says, Vanessa. And Molly Dot says, hi, Mel, Pearls, and Ren. Swank says, hola, Pearls. Molly Dot says, I would say yes to Molly. Yes. Mel says, yeah, I count them as a new to me author because I've never read any of their works. See? Yep. Christina, well, I had some assistance. LOL. Make the most of the hubby before he leaves. There you go. Swank says, Molly, I'd say yes. Their book is new to you. Yep. See? Molly says, well, what happened is Yanni makes me swoon no matter what age he is. Yanni? Eh? What is this in relation to? The author? Is that a... Christina says hi to Molly. Swank is saying howdy to Ralphie. Even though he's sleeping, I'll tell him. See, I told you, he's never far. He's never far from me. Molly says thanks, Mel and Molly. And Swank. Christina, yeah, he chose tacos. He just did not choose to have Dad gone, LOL. Hopefully his lunch break won't be too late. There you go. He can pop in for lunch and have tacos. Pearl, hi there to Molly. Christina says, oh, and I think he will be on Coda's tonight. We are waiting to do the cake part until Dad comes home, so it may be during the chatty bits. Oh, there you go. Perfect. At least he'll be involved in some way, shape, or form. That's awesome. Swank says, have you decided on a theme for your daughter's party? So when I went and got the tablecloth and the plates and things, I just went for a pink theme because she loves the color pink. So like the tablecloth is pink, the plates are pink with like pink bows and it says happy birthday, and then there's pink napkins that say happy birthday. For the cake, I have to see what is available, but she has given me options. She would either like a K-pop Demon Hunters cake, or she would like a princess cake, and the princess has to be in a pink dress, so probably Aurora. And then if those are not available, then she wants a very decadent chocolate cake. She had one last year, and so she's like, if the first two aren't available, then I want this one. And I'm like, oh, okay. At the ripe age of 6, she knows what she wants. She's a very decisive one. It's hard to believe she's going to be 7. If she's not running being a CEO of a company somewhere when she's older, I'll be amazed. She keeps saying that she wants to do different things, so she's not pinpointed, I'm going to do this, which is good at her age, but she's very, I want to do this or that when she makes decisions. It's either a yes or a no. Molly, did you mean me? Pearl says that would be a new to me author. Their name might not be new to me, but their work is. Yep. Yanni of the Pan Flutes. I don't know that one. And Christina, I mean, son will be on camera. Dad will be home, and he can blow out. Oh, I see what you mean. Ooh, that'll be cool. And he'll be in Coda's sprints. I got you. For prosperity's sake. There you go. Then you could like clip it and then save that as a like family video, so to speak. That would be fun. And everybody can sing happy birthday or type happy birthday. All right. I think we've reached the bottom of the comments. So I am going to, I need to pull up our timer. Timer. I don't have the timer. We have the little cow today. And my character here is going to be knitting in the gazebo. We definitely don't need to do 50 minutes, but we are going to do 30 minutes. I'm hoping to squeeze in 3. We'll see how it goes because, like I said, I want to be done by 2 o'clock today, mainly because my kids are home. So we'll see how it goes. Mel says, if you go with the decadent chocolate cake, I shall send you my address for a slice. I love a good chocolate cake. Ours is just the Publix brand, so it's whatever they make in their bakery. And the only reason they call it decadent is because it has like the chocolate icing, like fondant on top. But then they have like little, almost like chocolate sticks that they put on the sides of the cake. And then it's very like decorative. But she likes it. It's very sweet for me. But I will eat a slice just to say I had some. Pearl says to Swink, I think that is Zampier. Is that how you pronounce that? Zamir? Let me know. Christina says, so if you're awake after 10 p.m., you can see the cutest barista in the world. I should be. I'll have Coda's stuff pulled up anyway because I like to do, if I can't stay, I'll usually say I'll be in and out, but I usually like do the watch hour thing because usually my husband and I watch TV. We usually go through our TV shows. So I might be watching TV at that time. It depends on how late husband wants to stay up because he's like, oh, I'm tired. And we go to bed in the 10 o'clock hour. But it's Friday, so we stay up a little later. So I will most likely have it pulled up. Mel says, I'll be awake, Christina. Christina said, are you going to have your kids craft during sprints? Not today. They are outside playing, though. I told them if they didn't go outside and play for a little bit, then they weren't going to have their tablet time. So they're outside. Because like I said, they don't have school today. So I got to make them use that energy somewhere. And it's best out in the yard. Plus, that's why it's so quiet. So they'll go outside, they'll play for a little bit, and then I will have them come in and eat lunch in probably like 30 to 40 minutes. And then they'll either go back outside or they'll go in their rooms and play. But I let them play. If they stay out there and play, then they can play. But for the summertime, I've already told them they will go outside and run around and play unless it's raining. Because summertime for them is usually rainy season, which kind of sucks. Swink says you could do an old school cake, a Princess Barbie doll stuck. I am not good when it comes to doing cakes. I can make the traditional like 2-layer cake with icing in the middle. I cannot do anything like that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I'm sure there's videos though, but she has already stated that she wants a K-pop Demon Hunters or a Disney princess. So she has made up her mind. Christina says, yay, Mel. And Mel says, I haven't had a Publix cake before, none around me, so I will be down to try. Oh, they're so delicious. You can actually have custom cakes made, and they're turning the fans on. You can actually go and order a custom. So you can either have vanilla, chocolate, or what they call marble cake, which is a mixture of chocolate and vanilla. And you can have buttercream icing. You can have cream cheese icing, or you can have a whipped icing. So there's so many different things, and they'll personalize it. You can say happy birthday to whoever, and all that kind of stuff. So it's so much fun. I just have to see if they have either one of the cakes. They used to have a huge book of all of the like different cake options, and they even had like the pull apart cupcakes, and now everything's on a tablet. So now I got to figure out if that's working, because it wasn't working last time. Oh, that just brought back memories. Swank. I had a Princess Jasmine cake that was exactly that when I was 6. Really? I never had any of those. Like, I think my mom always did cupcakes, or she just got like one of those small flat rectangle sheet cakes. Oh, excuse me. Swank says, you're right, Pearls. The bakeries make them. Did I miss a comment? Or is it jumping? Pearl said the Barbie cake is easy. You just take the doll and jam it down into the middle of the cake. Yeah, but don't you have to like shape the cake so it looks like the dress? Or no? Listen, I'm not that good with baking. I can bake some things, but not all the things. But we have reached the end of the comments. So I'm going to start that one. And I'm going to put us into our first sprint, so we can get going. Let me make the timer bigger so you can see what we're doing. And I will see you guys back in 30 minutes. All right. How did everyone do on that sprint? If you saw me making faces, it's because I not only had the children come in, and one of them was like, "Mommy, what about this? Mommy, can I have? Mommy, what about this? Mommy, mommy, mommy." And I was like, "Go outside and play, please." Um, so that, and then my husband came in because he had to use his computer for something, and then so now they're all back outside, and we have an ISIS. See, you say hi. So, Isis has joined me, and I got down here. I kind of went down and around, so I got the bottom part done. Um, but I don't know how much more I'll be able to get done. We're gonna see if I can at least get the other half of the bottom and around the corner done. I know that I will have to make lunch for everybody. So I don't know if my husband is eating lunch because sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. If not, I at least have to feed the children and myself. So let's see what you guys got up to, and then we'll go into the next sprint if we have time. We'll see because it's already 1:15. So let's see if we can do the sprinty sprints. We'll try to do at least one more. Where did we leave off? There we go. This was our last thing. We were talking about birthday cake because I have to do some sort of cake. I think I'm just gonna go to Publix and get one, to be honest. Um, but we were talking about like possibly making a Princess Barbie cake, and Pearl was saying the cake is easy. You just take the doll and jam it down into the middle of the cake. Because I was thinking you have to like shape the dress part of it of the cake. So, but we'll see. Pearl said only if you're fancy is when you do the like actual like dress part of the cake. Swink says 2 different comments, forgot to hit enter. Oh, I got you. And that was me replying to Pearl, and then I replied to Swank, and then Pearl says, otherwise, just get a cute dress for it and spread it out over the top of the cake. Ooh. Swank says I need to get something to eat. Me too. That's going to be me in the next sprint. Carmen is here. Hi, Alicia. Hi, everyone. I'm reading The Case of the Caretaker's Cat and knitting on a pair of socks. Ooh, very nice. Kelly says, apparently my appointment is at 1 p.m. I'm so glad I checked. I have 1 hour instead of 2. At least you will find out all your information sooner than later. And you'll be able to get your other stuff done. Yay. This was me saying hello to Carmen, welcome in, and to Kelly. Yeah, that's a good thing you checked. Yes, yes. Pearl says hi there to Carmen. And Pearl says, I just popped another tray of cookies in the oven and then she said, back to knitting now. I'm writing a pattern as I couldn't find what I wanted. So now I'm testing over and over. Fair enough. And I asked, ooh, what kind of cookies? Carmen says, hiya to Pearl. And then Christina says, okay, had to do presents before Dad left, so missed the end of the chatty bit. We were talking about cake, so not much missed. But a lot of stores will make the doll cakes. You just have to buy the doll first and have them use it. Oh. I wonder if mine would do that. I don't know if they would, though. We'll see. I could ask. I have to go there next week and see about all of the cake options, so I can ask them. Jen is popping in. Hey, friends. Say I'm working and cleaning and making a Cadbury cake for book club tonight. Hope everyone is well. Ooh. Hi, Isis. How we doing? What are we doing? Can Nope, don't step on it. She is stepping all over my laptop. Oi. But I guess she went to the next comment. She said Pearl says oatmeal with lots of chocolate chips. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Christina says, and Dad told me before he left that he forgot the candles, so hopefully he remembers them when he comes home. Oh yeah, that would be a good thing. Uh, Pearl says hi there, Carmen, and Christina says hi to Jen. Molly Dot, I'm 41% into No One's Gonna Take Her Soul Away. Ooh, that's an interesting title. Molly Dot and Swank both say hello to Isis. Ren finished a love story from the end of the world and gave it 3 stars. Nice. Do you know what you will read next? Carmen says I made it to 33% in my book. Very nice. Swank says I'm making Alfredo elbow macaroni with fresh rosemary and oregano, bacon, and fresh garlic. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch. Mel says that was a snack and coffee break. Nice. Ooh, yum, Swank, says Mel. Mel says hey to Jen and Carmen. And that is the end of the comments I see. So let's do one more sprint. 30 minutes. Let me put on our little caption because this will be our final sprint. We're only doing 2 today because it's such a short amount of 12 to 2 time. But let's get into the sprint. I can make the kids lunch and then see if I can get some more of this cross stitched. Ren says I'm going to go back to listening to Weaver Shaw. Nice. And Christina is getting coffee. Time for cup number 2. I still have mine, but it's not hot anymore. So I might switch to a Dr. Pepper or some water. Water might be good. Molly Dot says the MC was murdered and sent to Pandemonia, a hell-like underworld. She wants to escape and protect her sister from her murderer. That almost sounds like Phantasma. Interesting. Probably not, but it sounds like Phantasma. Because Phantasma has like a hell, well, trying to save her sister type thing. I quite enjoyed Phantasma. I'm looking forward to the new one. They have a book 3 coming out, I think. All right, let's go back into our sprint, and I will see everyone in 30 minutes. All right. How did everybody do with that final sprint? I made everybody lunch. So I got as far as eating my sandwich, but I still have a couple of Dorito chips that I want to finish. But I figured I would eat my sandwich and then eat the chips afterwards. So as you can see, I'm mid-stitch, but we got to the halfway point of the bottom and then started on the other half. So if you're looking at my little picture here, I'm like right down here at the bottom. So I'm kind of doing this whole like circle there. So I will try to finish the line that I am on, and then I'll call it a day for that, because after this, I have to start doing my spinner wheel tasks. Looks like my pool technician is here. Let me give the kids a reminder real quick. So that's what I got up to. Lunch and a little bit of stitching. I wanted to do a little bit more. Um I want it to be like up over on this side, but going up the jar. But like I said, we'll finish that after. I'll work on it while Lexi's doing her sprints. Let's see what you guys got up to, and then we will skedaddle, and you guys can head off to Lexi's. I know she starts at 3. Where is our Molly Dot? Was the last comment. Um, we were talking about, I believe, a book that she either finished or is about to read. She said the MC, the main character, was murdered and sent to Pandemonia, a hell-like underworld. She wants to escape and protect her sister from her murderer. I was saying that this kind of sounds, or in a roundabout way, like Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Um, because the MC is trying to protect her sister, and she enters into a game thinking that her sister is there. Um, but also Pandemonia, I believe. Or no, that was Pandemonium. That was a club in the Mortal Instruments. So I wonder if that has any connection. Probably not. Um, Molly Ditt says, I don't know Phantasma. I really enjoyed Phantasma. And then there's a sequel called Enchantra. And then there's a third one that's supposed to be coming out either later this year or next year. Mel says, I really enjoyed No One's Gonna Take Her Soul Away. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know that one. I'll write it on my sheet here. No one's gonna take her soul away. Let me know who the author is of that one. I'll look it up. Molly Dot says, "Yay, Mel." Molly Dot says, sounds like I need to add Phantasma to my TBR. I've started Catabasis too, but it's suffering from being a physical book and getting buried, despite me loving what I've read so far. Oh, with like all the information? Yeah, that one is, I have to, I want to read that one, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. This was me saying I was going off camera for food. And then I wrote Phantasma is by Kaylee Smith. Jesse Kiwi is here. Morning. It's 7 a.m. and it's pitch black. Winter is definitely coming. Ooh. Jesse says it was so nice having some friends over last night, and now I have leftover potato salad and deviled eggs for breakfast. Ooh, that reminds me. I need to hard boil some eggs. hard boil some eggs for Easter dyeing. We have to dye Easter eggs. So I'll have to do that also. Let me add that to my spinner wheel. Um, my ever list. My to-do list is ever growing. That's what I was trying to say. Molly Dot says 47% into no one's gonna take her soul away. Nice. Carmen says, looking good, Alicia. Thanks. Little by little. It's weird to look at it at this point because I know that this light blue color is not like the outer color, because there's going to be like dark blue mixed in. So I'm interested to see like when that goes in, how it looks, because right now it just kind of looks like a misshapen jar. Like it has, you can tell there's things that need to be filled in. But we'll see how it goes. Jen says, I listened to a chapter in Mean Streak and got my son's room tidied and vacuumed. Ren made it to 11% in Weaving Shaw. Thanks for sprints. You're so welcome. Swank also says, thanks for sprints. See you in the morning. And in the morning, she means by on the Morning Time Pirates on Kelly's channel, The Cursed Dragon Ship. We do writing sprints, but you can come and read and hang out, and the more the merrier. Pearl says, the last tray of cookies is almost done. I am knitting the last strawberry, filming as I go along for a knit along video for my channel. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Excuse me. Mel says, started Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy, 10% in. Let me know how you're liking that one. I haven't read any of her stuff yet, but I would like to add it to my list at some point. Carmen made it to 44%. Very nice. Christina says, getting the Bible caught up and deciding on the events of today. I wish I could say I was deciding on events, but mine are already decided. Because I have to clean up a cat mess, do the dishes. I have to do some self-care. I want to work on my reading journal. I need to continue gathering the donations that are sprawled about the house and put them in the garage so I can see how many I have, and then I can schedule a pickup. I need to add books to Pango. I need to do some book weeding, which plays into the adding books to Pango. I need to tidy up, and now I've added hard boil eggs. So many things. And I need to try to get this all done before my in-laws come over at 5-ish is when they come, so that we can do family dinner. No pressure. That's why I made the spinner wheel, because I'm not trying to decide what to do and in what order. So I'll just spin it and go. Spin it and do it. Christina says, thanks for hosting today, Alicia. Have a beautiful day. You as well. I wish your son happy birthday, and I hope he has a fabulous birthday. Christina also put in all of the links. Here is the Maker's Quest Craft-a-thon. It's a year-long creative adventure for crafters everywhere. This is the announcement video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Here is the Maker's Quest host and co-host video playlist. There's the link for that. Do check it out. And also, makers, before we continue the quest, hydrate your vessel, thread the like button, stitch yourself into the subscribe circle, and fortify your creativity with a nutritious snack. I don't know if it's nutritious, but I guess this is part of my snack. I also have my little PB&J snack. And I did have a peanut butter and jelly for lunch, so all of the peanut butter and jelly is happening. April equals time to blossom, makers. Pedal the like button and sub. Hydrate and flourish. Share your blooms in the Discord. There's the link for that. Yes, come hang out. Post all of the pictures so we can see your works in progress and your finished products. Christina says, here is the link for the Craft With Me Live Maker's Quest Crafting and Productivity Sprint playlist. Go check it out. You can rewatch ones that have already been done and watch ones that are coming up. And if you don't have the playlist up, join us at Lexi's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is the link for that. I will be in the chat for that one, as I'll be in and out doing my tasks. Molly Dot says Phantasma is on my TBR now. I enjoyed both of them, the Phantasma and Enchantra. So, and I think the third one is called Demonica, I think. So keep an eye out for that. Molly Dot says, in No One's Gonna Take Her Soul Away, the MC didn't choose to go to the underworld. It's by Amanda B. Weaver. Ooh, I don't think I've read anything by that author. So thank you for posting the authors. That almost kind of sounds like it. Is it like a Hades and Persephone type, or no? Kind of sounds like it would. Christina says, need a sprint now? Allie is doing Read Your Library sprints at 2. Ooh, we will pop over and say hi. She is starting now. Molly Dot says, my copy of Catabasis is physically under other things. Oh no. Yeah, that might be a problem. Christina says, morning, Jessie Kiwi. And so does Molly Dot. Morning, Jessie. Jessie says, going to finish listening to One Night in Italy, even though we haven't gone to Italy at 80%. What? What? How do you not, they haven't gone to Italy, but you're at 80%? What does it happen in that 20% of the book? Oh, I don't know if I'd read that far. I thought the whole thing would be about the one night in Italy. That's such a bizarre thing. Christina says, yum, Jess. That sounds really good to me right now. It does. Mel says her other book, Amanda B. Weaver, In the House of Transcendence, is also really good. I will write that down. House of Transcendence. Sorry, I was checking the camera because I need to see if Isis was hiding. The pool guy is here and she's outside. He won't bother her, but I just want to make sure she won't go out. I don't think she will. She's pretty good about staying in her chair. The only way she'll run is if he gets too close to her, because she's not used to him. I swear they change out pool technicians like every 6 months. And I'm like, just when I get them to do what I want, then they change it. Jessie Kiwi says, I know, right? I'm happy to just eat the potato salad. I mean, if it's good potato salad, I'd be happy. Christina says, really, not rally. I got you. I knew what you meant. Christina says, the next Morning Time Pirates with Kelly and Alicia is Monday. Yes. Monday through Friday. So the next one is Monday. For more sprinty fun and readathon information, the sprinting spreadsheet, aka BookTube Bible, there is the link for that. Save it, check it, make sure you do all the little tabs at the bottom, because it will do and show sprints for every day of the month, and it will show when they are sprinting according to your time zone. So check it out. Check it out. It is very helpful. Christina, I think I talked Son into reading for a while today before we watched something. Very nice. And he said, "Thanks, Alicia. You're welcome." Mel says, "Thanks for sprints, Alicia. You're so welcome." Jesse says, "When is 3 p.m.? For me, in about 53 minutes, because it is 2:07 as we speak." Jesse says, "Okay, that answers the question. It's in about an hour." Yep. 3 p.m. is in about an hour, Jess. Yes. Molly Dot says, "Not Hades and Persephone, though I think the name Pandemonia comes from Greek mythology. It's primarily an escape from hell story." Ooh, very interesting. Jesse says, "Yeah, that's what happens when I don't read the synopsis, but it still works for read your library being set in a different country." Ah. There you go. You fulfilled a prompt. I'm watching Isis, and she's watching the pool guy like a hawk. She's watching him. She's like, "If you get too close, I'm running." Christina says, "We just realized that Cod forgot to seal the container he put the cut onions into." Wow. Quick, close them up. Close them up. Molly Dot says, "The House of Transcendence looks interesting." Also on my TBR now. Ooh, look at us. Getting recommendations. And Christina says, "Been suffering, thinking they were just really strong." Oh no. Nope. I forgot the lid. Forgot the lid. I know what you mean, because anytime I cut onions or even like have pre-cut onions from the store, if I don't close the container, then I just go, "Why? Why do I smell onions?" And then my eyes are like watering, and I just know. I don't like onions, and I don't like cutting onions. Well, hopefully you got it closed, and there will be no more onion smell going on. I need my throat was getting a little dry. All right. Well, that is all I see in the comments. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me today. Hopefully you were able to get some crafting done. If you weren't crafting, then you were able to use the sprints to get reading or productivity done. And I will see you guys in the chats. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday and weekend ahead. And I will see you guys on the interwebs. Bye.